What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Quick shout out to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GomesDaLegend. We will be live once again tonight, making our final push for World Series. Some things happen, pretty interesting. It's always a lot of fun on my live stream, so if you want to check that out, make sure to do so. A lot of gameplay being played over there, and that's really how we get into this video because it helps me out playing a lot, gets a lot of XP and program stars. So that is why today we have two huge packs that we are going to be opening. The fourth inning program, Bow's Choice, where we have our chance at Cal, or not a chance, but more so our pick within Cal Ripken Jr., Billy Wagner, and Andrew McCutchen. Then also we have an exclusive high diamond pack, which features these, which has 3 signatures and another bunch of high diamond players that are going to make a lot of help towards my team. Of course, you guys know I just recently did a pretty large spending spree, and we got a lot of new players within there, and also there are new players coming pretty soon. The Omar Vizquel in particular is one that I'm very excited for. He's not obtainable until July 8th once the Moonshot event comes live, and you can get enough vouchers, enough all-star vouchers in order to redeem him, but I still am very excited nonetheless, and I do think he is my shortstop of the future, replacing Jose Reyes, who within like within the first 2 games I played last night made 2 errors. I don't get it. The fielding is bad in this game. He has 82 fielding. The routine ground balls, I don't really know what else to say about it. But of course, we are going to be making some changes within this video. Even though we did just recently, of course, upgrade our team, there's still a couple spots that I'm not the happiest with. I did sell Madison Bumgarner last night, and we picked up Jake Arrieta. I've heard a lot of positive things about him, so I want to try him out. His walks per 9 in control is less than Madison Bumgarner's. But I think the main reason, and I think a lot of you guys could probably vouch for this, because I think Madison Bumgarner was easily the most popular second inning program player. So many people picked him, so a lot of people picked up on him, a lot of people had to face him. So eventually people got used to him, and he's a lot easier to hit now, simply because everybody was using him. And I still prefer right-handed pitchers opposed to lefties, with the exception of Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw is insane. 1.76 ERA within 87 innings pitched of him. I love Kershaw so much in this game. And also my bullpen, there are a couple holes right here. We do have 2 golds that we want to replace. We only have 1 lefty right now. A lot of you guys made that apparent, and trust me, I do know of some guys that I do want to get for lefties in the pen, so I know about that. But we got 2 golds I eventually want to replace right there. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy. Bruce Sutter, since we picked him up, has been pretty solid. Rich Gossage is a boss. Ryan Presley's good, and then Felipe Vasquez and Raleigh Fingers are also pretty solid. As far as our lineup goes, so far, a lot of you guys were questioning. I quickly want to bring up, some people were really bagging on me for having 4 guys in secondaries. Let me keep it a buck with you. Diamond fielding, gold fielding, and he is bronze fielding, but still. Some people are saying just because I have guys in secondary positions make this team trash. I don't really get that, because yes, Frank is a common fielder, but I think a lot of you guys that have him can vouch that he's actually pretty good defensively. Jimmy Fox is a bronze, but he surprisingly is not bad at all at catcher. I really do not notice a difference between him and Joe Torre, who has about 12 more fielding. I don't know how much blocking this Jimmy Fox has, but he blocks just as well as Joe Torre did for me, so I really have no regrets right there. And then Justin Upton, he has silver defense. Everybody else has gold or diamond, so I really do not get that. But Justin Upton has been a little inconsistent through about 40 at-bats. He's only hitting 237, only 2 extra base hits thus far. My cap, of course, I am considering putting my cap at catcher, by the way. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys think that's a good idea, but that's something I'm thinking about. Shortstop, like I said, Omar Vizquel is the guy I'm going to put there in the long run. First base, I'm fine with Frank Thomas. You guys can see his stats right here. At first, when I had him, he wasn't really hitting for power like I would hope, but he's tuned that up a little bit. He has 9 bombs. He's hitting 578 slug and a 923 OPS. That is pretty solid. I'm happy with him so far. Alex Gordon, surprisingly, out of all the guys that I did pick up, might have been the best out of Jimmy Fox and Justin Upton, at least for the lineup. He's slugging 583 as a a 949 OPS. He's hit 3 bombs within the last couple nights. Alex Gordon is also hitting 333, so I really have no complaints with him right there. And he plays stellar defense over at third, which I really did not expect anything less. He's been playing really well. Cap is fine. Ichiro and Tony Gwynn are still doing the damn thing like always. So I am, of course, going to replace Omar, or I'm going to replace Jose Reyes with Omar Vizquel. Once we get him, I'm still thinking about third base. Cal Ripken Jr. is a possibility. Catcher, like I said, I'm possibly thinking of moving my Cap over to catcher right there. And then over at right field, depending on how Justin Upton does in the long run, we might replace him. On the bench, I'm not too focused on bench bats right now, just because I'd rather get my starting lineup a bit more finely tuned. But pitching, still maybe looking for 1 starter, maybe 2. I haven't used CC so much. And then my bullpen as well, which leads us to our picks right now. And I think we're going to go with this exclusive high diamond pack right here first. So, of course, there's a lot of options. Nolan Ryan, Kershaw, and Ichiro are out of the blue already because we already have them. I was looking at a guy like Ralph Kiner. You guys can see his stats. He's great offensively. You cannot deny that. He is really, really good. He is a righty with who is better versus right-handers, at least power-wise, 116, and very good against lefties as well, 94 vision. He can't field to save his life. He is common fielding at 59 fielding over at left, and he has a 60 arm. I know I always say you could hide guys over in left field, but Ralph Kiner simply so would be a bench bat for me, and like I said, I'm not looking to get a bench bat right now. Matt Kemp looks kind of Justin Upton-esque, a little bit more speed, a little bit more defense, but less vision and less power versus righties. So I think I'm probably going to like Justin Upton more so than Matt Kemp, at least for now. Jason Giambi, I do have Frank Thomas. He has a bit better fielding, I guess. Hitting wise, he looks pretty good, but he also has like 17 less speed, which Frank Thomas is sneaky fast. He has about 50 speed, which is nice, and he's just not as good of a hitter, so I'm fine with Frank Thomas right there. I'm going to be getting a shortstop in Omar Vizquel, so Alan Trammell, who does not have any secondary positions, is not going to be of use for me. So it really came down to these 2 right here, either Johnny Bench or Trevor Hoffman. Now, you know, Johnny Bench is obviously better defensively than Jimmy Fox. You guys can see his stats right here. He has 91 blocking, 94 fielding, 94 arm, 84 110 power, 82 vision. That's pretty good, but at the same point, his contact is low. 70 and 67 is not as good as I might have hoped. The vision at 82, if it was 100, maybe might be a little bit better. The contact and the vision is really the downfall, which means I'm going to be picking Trevor Hoffman right here. 110, 120 hit in K per 9, 94 walks per 9, 88 control. He does throw a fastball about 95 miles per hour, and that drop off from the 4-seamer to the circle change, beautiful. 19 miles per hour, or rather actually 21 miles per hour. Is really, really hard to pick up. If he had like a 97, 98 fastball, it would be absurd. If it was a 20 mile per hour differential from the fastball to changeup, but it's still pretty nice. I've heard varying things from him, but I think it is time that we do get another reliever, Trevor Hoffman. I'm very excited to add to the team, and I think he will help out a lot. I am going to replace Blake Treinen for him, and he is going to become the second signature within this lineup. I'm not really too sure who I'm going to put at the closer spot. It's kind of flexible to me, if you ask myself. But now we have 3 shutdown relievers in Bruce Sutter, Trevor Hoffman, and Rich Gossage that I can call upon whenever I need help, whenever we need to close out games, because if you guys know one thing, through the Twitch live streams, through the gameplays, I'm not damn clutch. So we definitely need help over there. That's going to push our pitching over to a 94 overall. And then finally, we have one more pack left, and that is going to be this 4th inning program boss choice. 1 out of 3 bosses we are going to pick. Quickly, I want to point out, it's actually really wild, in my opinion, how cheap these cards are going for. I never would have expected these cards are going for less than the 4th inning or than the 3rd inning bosses. They're already dropped down to about a 96 by now, which is pretty crazy. So in my opinion, I would definitely try to grind this out now. I think maybe you could sell them now and be able to make profit in the future, but that's just a little tip. So Andrew McCutchen, I thought about. I was definitely thinking about him. but I would have to keep him in center. I can't play him on the corners because if I do, he drops down to silver defense, and that kind of limited me a little bit. 74 arm also in center is not ideal. Otherwise, he looks good. I only tried him in one game, I do believe, and he only had 5 at bats, so it's way too soon to tell. Cal, as you guys know, was the guy who I always thought I was going to get because he looks like the best shortstop in the game. 90 power per side, 122 vision, 100 plus contact, really good diamond defense. But eventually, once I used him more in the moments, I'm just not that good at hitting with him. Through 22 at-bats, I only hit 227. He did slug pretty high. He slugged 682 within those 22 at-bats. I had 3 home runs and a double with him. Granted, that is a small sample size, and this was on Battle Royale on All-Star difficulty more so. But I do want Omar Vizquel more for reasons I'll explain in a second. Fair to say, Billy Wagner I am going to pick. Out of all the debuts that I did, Billy Wagner definitely was the best in my opinion. And you guys know I needed another lefty, and what a better way to add a shutdown lefty. Billy Wagner, I guess there definitely is a lockdown closer on this team. We are going to put him right there. And now we got 4 absolutely beast bullpen guys that we can call on. We only have 2 lefties still, and Felipe Vasquez is only an 85, so we will be looking for a really beefy lefty in the future to bolster that bullpen a bit, but I am very happy with how it is right now. Rich Gossage I know is great. Suter, from what I've used of him so far, only 7 innings but a 1.29 ERA and 7 strikeouts in that time. Then Trevor Hoffman and Billy Wagner added to the team. I think that is really going to help us out. I'm always looking for a long reliever. If you guys have any thoughts on a long reliever that is good in this game, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section, because especially whenever I use Nolan Ryan, it seems like I always could use one, because I'm not a big fan of the Nolan Ryan, if you guys know. But on to Omar Vizquel, why I rather would have him than Cal Ripken Jr. His contact is relatively the same. The contact righties is pretty much the exact same. I think if we look at shortstops, we can tell right beside each other, yes. So he has better contact versus righties, 104 to 100. Contact lefties, yep, it's 16 less, but he has the same vision, and Omar Vizquel is a switch hitter, so I think that 16 minus contact versus lefties is more going to make up for itself. The fact that Omar Vizquel is always going to be batting at the advantage, power-wise, of course. You know, Cal Ripken Jr. has a lot more power. You know, Omar Vizquel has 56, which is not bad. I surprisingly hit home runs with Jose Reyes, who has less power than than Omar Vizquel. So looking at that, the same vision, like I said, he has 26 more speed and tremendously more stealing. So Cal Ripken Jr. was never really slow at short, but he was never that fast, and I would like to have some speed there. He has 6 better fielding, and he's going to have a little bit less arm, but I think that's still fine. And the reaction is actually not the best on Cal Ripken Jr., only at 84. Omar Vizquel is 95 plus 11, so he's diamond total defensively on fielding and reaction. Remember, those are the 2 thresholds, is 90 for fielding and reaction in order to qualify for diamond defense. So Omar Vizquel checks all the boxes. He has less power, otherwise he's a better defender, better base runner, and I think Omar Vizquel is the better option for me nonetheless. Always was a big fan of Jose Reyes. I like the switch hitting, I like the speed, but his fielding was always a problem for me. He made a lot of errors, so Omar Vizquel is going to be pretty much just a juiced up, a signature version of Jose Reyes, if you might. And he's also shorter than Cal Ripken Jr. I've talked about this a lot. I do not like tall guys in the box for some reason. Well, I know what reason, because Cal Ripken Jr. is 6'4", Omar Vizquel is 5'9". In my opinion, the smaller the strike zone, the better at some point. You know, not quite Jose Altuve level, but if you have a 6'4" strike zone, it's going to be a lot easier for your opponent to dot it up and to freeze you on a pitch. So that's another thing I thought about. But that is how I did pick my 4th inning boss program player, as well as my gold 40 high diamond signature selection, Billy Wagner and Trevor Hoffman. Let me know down below in the comment section, did I make the right choice? Should I pick somebody else? And who should I have picked other than Billy Wagner and Trevor Hoffman? Let me know who you guys are going to pick in the 4th inning program, or who you guys did pick if you did finish it. I will have a video up in the top right hand corner telling you guys the best way to finish the 4th inning program, the fastest and the quickest. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great day. And there goes out.